Hey everybody, thank you so much for being here. It's fantastic to see you today. Give me just a second. Let me pull up my beautiful visage. I just gotta find myself here. No, it's not that one. There we go. How are y'all doing today? It's good to see you. It's a little bit early, but when I found the thing that I found, chat, when I found this glorious thing, I knew that I needed to share it with you as soon as humanly possible. Okay? So let's get into it. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest for the day. A beautiful man. Well, some may say man, some say vampiric organism from the deep heart of winter, Arctic vampire. How you doing there, buddy? I guess you stopped being the Arctic Boyer Lord a little while ago, huh? Ah. If it ever gets out there. Every time I watch your streams, I want to play Perfect Dark afterwards. Well, that might be because Perfect Dark had a fucking slapping soundtrack, my friend. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, none. Like, you're not allowed, like, we've got to turn those off. Also, if we're playing GoldenEye, we have to do at least one round of slappers only, because it's fucking hilarious. And if you pick Oddjob, we're all going to slap you to death in real life. No audio? You guys can't hear him? Uh-oh, let me fix that. Desktop audio. There he is. Say hi again there, Arctic Nurse.
Hello, folks.
There you are. Yep, I can see the levels. You're good.
Just saying, slappers only, one-hit kills. The true test of a man.
That's exactly it. And again, if you pick Oddjob, we're going to slap you to death in real life. That's how that works. All right, guys. So here's the deal. Many of you have been speculating. What did Watcher find? What is this thing? Are we going to talk about cartel violence in Mexico? Yes. Are we going to talk about a horrible fucking idea of a festival that people are pushing forward with, even though it's very clear it should absolutely be canceled immediately? Yes. Are we going to talk about just absolutely stunning incompetence on every level? Yes.
Good Lord, yes.
All of it. But what we have to do first, chat, is we have to establish our history. And to do that, we're going to watch the very best parts of my personal favorite YouTuber. I'm not going to lie. I edit for people who are on YouTube. I love all of them. But no one, and I mean absolutely no one, is as good as Internet Historian. What do you think? You're the one who's on a time frame here, Arctic Nurse. Do you want to watch the full 10 before we get into it, or should we just fast forward to the great parts? Because there's a good chance that some of my viewers have never seen this.
I would say do the whole 10.
All right.
That said, I'm a big fan of Maxor as well, but some of us aren't quite as internet poisoned as you or I.
Yeah, no, I like Maxor and Seth and... Oh, God. Anyhow, next. Maxor's most recent video, by the way, as long as you and I get to geek out about it for a second, excellent. Excellent. Fucking utterly excellent.
It's amazing.
Let me make
children.
Let me make sure that you can hear it at the same time they can. All right, Chad, here we go. We're gonna watch and react to the full 10 minutes. We're gonna try and pause it as little as possible, but we will interject our reactions over the top of his wonderful work. If you want to watch it unedited, I'm gonna drop you the link right now. If you've never seen Internet Historian, you absolutely should. Just go spoil yourself once we're done here today, and just go dive face first into the absolute smorgasbord of amazing content that he offers across his plethora of brands.
He was literally ripped off by Taika Waititi.
He was. Yeah. Yep. It's great.
Straight up. Like, the man is brilliant, and you just need to rub him all over your face, all over your mouth parts.
All right,
and just embrace it.
Yep. All right, let's get into this. And again, remember, guys, this is just set up to today's story. We just want to remember Fyre Festival and take all that in so that we can hold it fresh in our minds as we look at this new event that is... It's literally happening right now, chat. Right now, there are people going through it, okay? Okay, next.
Hi there. You're probably wondering how I got this tan. Well, let me tell you the story. It begins with a man by the name of Billy McFarland. Billy was a good boy. At 22, he had dreams of becoming a super wealthy entrepreneur, dropping out of college to start a business called Magnesis. Over the years, he managed to network with some powerful people. One of them was Ja Rule. Translated from German, I believe it means, yes, rule. Over drinks, here's an accurate recreation of that event. Mr. Rule, he said, I have a brilliant idea.
Like, word, like, yo, what happened? Woo. I'm like, yo, this thing too wild. It's fucking fish. Woo.
Precisely. Great minds think alike. It will be 2 weeks
That's
of
probably
absolute
accurate, to be
luxury
honest.
in the Bahamas.
Yeah, I can believe that. And also that.
Promotion began in late 2016. Fyre promised...
It's quiet? Hold on, chat. If it's quiet, it shouldn't be. And let me fix it. Let me get into my deep sound settings here. Make sure everything's all tuned up to the same. Only Microsoft Edge is different, and that's fine, because I use that for intro music. Let me look at the volume. The volume mixer, chat. That was the issue. All right, chat, here you go.
Gourmet food.
You should be able to hear it now.
Hosted on a private island in the Bahamas
Better?
called Fyre Cay, once owned by Pablo Escobar. VIP tickets up to $250,000. Swimming.
Let's
Blink
pause it here
182.
for a second.
Yeah. I have to pause and say one of my friends has actually gone to see the swimming pigs, and that's not where they are.
Well, I was going to say $250,000. Some idiot, most likely more than one, shelled out $250,000.
Yeah.
So, 3 years
Investors.
of my life.
Investors. Look. Accredited investors, no less.
No, I'm talking about the straight up ticket price. There's like the ultra premium package.
Oh, hold on. Almost nobody bought that. Like, I'm sure a couple of people bought that, but Jesus
yes,
Christ.
but you have to realize that more than one people spent like triple my yearly income for a ticket to this.
Yeah. Trust funders. What can you say?
Just saying. Carry on.
Major laser, a steel drum. Welcome to Fyre Festival. The best 2 damn weeks of your life. I bought my ticket immediately. The day arrives. About 5,000 people are making their way directly from Miami Airport, and there are huge delays to get to Fyre Cay. Although I shouldn't say Fyre Cay.
All right, Chad, I'll make it a little
because
louder.
it doesn't exist. In the
I have
marketing,
I
they
have
reference
phase.
this island, which is actually Norman's Cay, run by George Young, not Pablo, by the way. But that doesn't matter because we're not going there either. We're going to
I
Great
can boost
Exuma.
the decibels.
Private island? Forget that. Population? 7,000. In fact, we're basically in the parking lot of a sandals resort. In the
Yeah,
end,
this
only
is
about
good, chat.
500 of us make it to the island. The remaining customers' flights are cancelled. You're about to see why. We're hauled onto a school bus and taken to the site, a gravel lot with a bunch of FEMA tents. Remember those promises of luxurious villas? Pranked ya? Enjoy your stay, and don't forget your complimentary cup of UNICEF rice.
Turn the bus right around.
Once there, no one knows whose tent belongs to whom, so staff try getting everyone into a line. Then they abandon that idea and tell everyone it's a free-for-all.
Oh my god. Hold on, I have to pause to address something that's in the chat there. You found the treasure of Monkey Island, and all you got was this ham sandwich. Brother, I've never felt closer to you, Patrick Kennedy, than this moment right here. That was one of the greatest games.
You have touched my soul.
That is one of the greatest games that almost no one has played. All right, next.
Expecting a party, this guy took all of his drugs on the flight over. He's the only one having any fun. Everyone else is grumpy because it's been 5 hours and there's no food. In lieu of food, staff decide to start handing out tons of free tequila. This only exacerbates problems. Once the food does arrive,
A point to hold in mind for what we're about to get into, chat. Hey, person who is a nurse. Just want to be clear.
Yes.
We're not actually just referring to him as like an Arctic nurse. He's literally a nurse, guys.
Yeah.
What is a common concern among healthcare professionals when they are asked to oversee a festival or an activity where there is going to be large amounts of alcohol consumed in close proximity to high temperatures?
I'm going to go with dehydration, and our good friend, chronic withdrawal from alcohol. So
just
yeah, I'm
hold
sorry
those
you
minds out.
took so much fucking Molly that you forgot to drink for 24 hours, and now your body is rejecting itself.
Have an IV. Thanks for playing.
Banana bag, lacked. We're just gonna throw some ringers in there, and here, have as much diazepam as you can handle. Good luck, good sir. Hope you don't have a seizure, because you're gonna make a fucking mess.
Oh god, chat just brought something else. Remember that was $250,000 in 2018 money, which is actually seriously saying something now.
it's just as delectable as promised, though. Gourmet craft
Big
sale there.
oof.
A few hours later, bags arrive on a shipping container. It was getting dark and there was no lighting.
So everybody's walking around with their cell phones trying to look for their luggage.
Plenty of people had their luggage stolen. But don't worry, if you have any valuables, the festival advertised top-notch
No.
security. Here it is. For no one told guests they had to provide their own lock. There are rumors of muggings by the locals.
I heard rumors of feral dogs.
A tent supposedly caught fire.
Feral
The place to speak
dogs.
has a rampant shark problem. Staff don't have any uniforms or
Boy, that sounds really terrible. I can't imagine what could possibly make a festival be worse than this.
How could it get worse than ham and cheese sandwiches and alleged feral hogs?
Foreshadowing.
or walkie-talkies, so no one knows who's in charge, and the people who are in charge can't talk to each other. Here's the bathroom. Many staff quit after only a couple of hours. For the few customers who were willing to just make the most of it and enjoy the music, they had some bad news too. All of the major musical acts pulled out. In fact, Major Lazer wasn't even confirmed to go in the first place. The event was promoted as cashless, so all people had were these useless Disney bucks on their Fyre band, which meant they couldn't buy anything or catch a cab if they were stranded. And even with only 500 people, there are too few tents and beds, so everyone is just stealing each other's. And for any of you thinking you could just escape to the sandals, bad luck. It's peak season and they are absolutely full. People are reaching out to the embassy for help. After a few hours, most people chose to
I'm sorry. Demp is sharing other stuff that we're gonna use in the show. Oh god, he must have signed up for their text chain. I think that must be what this is. Oh god, guys, you're in for a good one.
go back to the
Oh
airport,
dear.
and the rest were forced back home when the Bahaman government stepped in. The festival was closed. But the exodus from the island made its own problems. Guess
I wonder
Wait.
if that might happen in this scenario too. Like, honestly, with given the information we're about to go into, I would not be surprised if the local government made steps to forcefully close them.
You may want to actually check the local government's webpage
Yeah,
in this respect.
we'll do that.
because-
Chap, remember, part of what this is we're setting up this groundwork so you know where our brains are at, and then we're going to go into and we're going to research something together. I have several articles that I know are going to be relevant because I've read through the first paragraph, but I saved the rest of them so that we could discover it afresh together. Go ahead. You were going to say, I'm guessing because who knows who they're actually loyal to?
Yeah, more or less. It's like, do the cartels want them in? Do the cartels want them out? Do the government want them in? Do the government want them out? Do the government want them out for PR reasons or humanitarian reasons?
Oh.
Do the cartel want them in for monetary reasons or because they want to,
Oh.
send them back in coolers? A series of coolers.
Looks like a bougie Chaz. Brother, I'm not gonna lie. I would take Fyre Festival over Chaz. I like, hold on. Quick poll. I'm gonna set it up in the chat. I don't usually do polls, but this would be, if you had to choose, chat, between being forced to go to Firefest or being forced to go to Chaz, which would you pick?
I gotta say, I'd probably choose Chaz.
Really? Look, no one was getting shot at Fire.
Yeah, but I got tap water there, so I wasn't shitting myself constantly.
I mean, all this took was literally the slightest amount of planning, and you wouldn't have been in it. Oh, okay. Anyhow, let's keep going.
Spent hours dehydrated and hung over in a hot building. Why staff locked the door isn't entirely known. One girl fainted before they were finally open. He went to his home, and that was the end of it. Except for me. I was rescuing someone. And,
Of course, yeah.
Lost in the woods.
Yeah.
Anyway, back at home, the shitstorm on social media was just ramping up. The Reddit Fyre Festival was created, and it started documenting everything that
Yeah,
went
hold
wrong.
up. Wait. You're telling me you were on an island that had feral hogs on it. You had the ability to catch... You had the ability to spear one and eat it with your friends? And you complained? And went home instead? Grab life by the haunches and hump it into submission. That's what I'm saying.
At the event, people were circulating a fake tweet by Jar that the whole thing was a social experiment. Some wholesome festival memes there. And it quickly turned into a marketing case.
Ball pit!
Jump in the pit!
In response,
Wait,
I started
how much
serving
urine
assistance
is in that ball
to
pit?
stop people from saying mean things about them.
Give me the
Festival
ratio of
released an
urine
official
to
statement
ball
online,
in that
both
pit.
apologizing and saying
Well,
that it's not his fault.
I regret to inform you, as we all know, pee is stored in the balls, my friend. So...
Interestingly, he wasn't even on the island at the time. He was giving a concert in Chicago. Although, to their credit, they offer everyone a full refund. Or, you could always let it ride and opt in for tickets to 2018's Fyre Festival.
And a VIP ticket to next year's Fyre Festival if they decide to go.
Exactly. Next year.
Meanwhile, Billy is on full damage control. He claims that a storm came in the night before and changed all of the marketing into lies.
We got to a point that we were very excited about on Wednesday night with how the two sites looked, and we got hit by a big storm.
But the apologies weren't enough. A few days later, and the first lawsuit was served.
Attorney Ben Misalis doesn't think it's funny. He's filed a $100 million class action lawsuit against the organizers.
Then another suit. Then 7 more. Then the feds got involved, claiming Billy had committed wire fraud. Serious charges with serious prison time. More on that later.
But first,
Right now, let's go into the history of Fyre Festival. The marketing was clever.
Okay, honestly, that's actually enough for our purposes. If you guys want to
Yeah.
go watch the rest of it, you need to go watch. We have watched up to 6 minutes and 46 seconds. Go finish the rest of it when we're done here, and then just dive face first into this slippery behemoth of a man. So let's talk Fyre
Okay.
Festival. There were a lot of things that made it a bad idea from the outset, right? And we're not accusing, let's be very clear here, we are not accusing the festival organizers of this festival of initially being as inept as Fyre Festival. Because, in fact, the festival we're about to talk about has been running successful festivals since 2018 every year, all right? And, in fact, I have to hand it to them. They even did it during the pandemic in 2020. So...
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So, they can at least put on a good music festival, unlike Fyre. So why are we comparing it to Fyre? Well, because you see what was things can happen that turn your 2022 Baja Beach Fest, which by the way is weekend 1 is happening right now. We're in the middle of
Currently,
weekend 1.
today.
In fact, here in a minute we'll go and see if we can find a stage set and figure out who's playing right now. Maybe we can find some live streams on the ground. Who knows? But here's the deal, folks. Looks like a good time, right? Hey, Cocoa Beach. And in fact, they're in kind of a neat little area. Let me pull it up. We found where it's at on Google Maps, which, as you might guess, will become very relevant here in a moment. So FAQs, when and where will the festival be hosted? Rosarito Beach. Well, where's Rosarito Beach?
Oh. So,
it's 30 miles south of Tijuana.
Our more geriatric viewers may be more familiar with this area as La Zona Rosa.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
but we'll get there because it's worse than that, right? Because you would expect us, like, for years this has been a pretty safe area. Look, I have friends who have gone down an RV toured this within the last 10 years. Now, granted, we're talking more like 8 or 9 years ago, but still. And there were, like, there were some areas that we definitely knew not to go by, but most of the place was very safe. The cartel doesn't want violence against tourists, and they don't want violence against the public. They just want to, do their thing and be left alone. And so they were able to go all the way down and then toured all the way back up and then came down a little bit this way and then back out again. Safely. We're fine. However, let's talk about what's going on right now. And the statement that was issued by Baja Beach Fest. Let me just go ahead and read this to you guys. Baja Beach Familia, we are aware of the unfortunate events that have taken place today in Tijuana and across Mexico. Safety is our number one concern when organizing an event of this size. We have been working diligently with city, state, and federal officials and have been advised that these events were isolated and that all safety measures are being taken in the surrounding areas in Baja to ensure you have a safe and memorable experience. As always, look out for your friends, and if you see anything, please call local authorities and redirect all communications to Baja Beach Fest. We will continue to update you if anything changes. We look forward to having a safe and unforgettable experience at Baja Beach Fest. Well, that just, there's some reasons for concern in that statement, right? But, I'm sure it's fine. There's always weird stuff going on in Mexico, right? It's
right by TJ. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not as if the cartels had, say, promised mass violence in Mexico across all of northern Baja throughout the entire weekend and had been literally gunning people down in the streets, inside shops, cornering buses and private vehicles on freeways, pulling people out of them, or sometimes not, and then burning them on the freeway, to the point where there is currently no public transportation available because bus and cab drivers aren't going out this weekend.
So, we have the Mogadishu special happening in the middle of Fyre Festival. How could this go wrong?
Look, this is look, I'm laughing because it's gallows humor, folks, but oh my God, guys. So, the Cartel Nueva Generación de Jalisco sent a warning threatening mass violence to anyone roaming the streets this weekend in cities throughout northern Baja California. The message was sent in Spanish. It reads, as of Friday 10 p.m. through Sunday 3 a.m., we're going to create mass chaos so the government frees our people. We're the Jalisco Cartel Nueva Generación, and we don't want to hurt good people, but it's best they don't go outside. We're going to attack anyone we see on the street on those days.
Shit. Sucks to be you if you need diapers for your kid, right?
Oh my God, dudes. Look, I was made aware of this by a fantastic account that I follow called ZeroSum24. There have been multiple mass shootings throughout all of northern Mexico this weekend. As you guys might be aware, he has a certain special connection to Little Caesars. And one of the scenes, I'm just going to describe it for you because if I show it, they're absolutely going to yank my channel, regardless of how much I censor it. One of the ones they showed was a police officer body cam as he walked into a Little Caesars where people had been, I think there were 3 customers that were waiting, had been shot.
Yeah, they've been zeroed by.
Well, I mean, they were all 3 still alive for the moment, and rapidly bleeding out.
Yeah. No, they got zeroed.
Let's go into some other stories here, because this isn't it. In response to that, as well as some other actions that have happened, the public and U.S. employees in Tijuana have been warned to shelter in place for the entirety of the weekend. The U.S. consulate is warning. Hold on, let me pull up this article. The U.S. consulate has warned all citizens to avoid Tijuana and surrounding areas as fires and roadblocks have been reported throughout Baja. They don't just meet on the streets of the cities, folks. They're talking about the entirety of northern Baja. All right? Hundreds of Mexican soldiers were sent to Ciudad Juarez Friday, where violence sparked in the border town near Texas may be linked to a series of incidents in Tijuana and surrounding areas. The situation began in Ciudad Juarez with a prison face-off between members of 2 rival cartels, which caused a riot and shootout that left 11 people dead, most of them civilians. The violence then apparently moved west. The U.S. consulate in Tijuana warned American citizens late Friday to avoid the area while acknowledging that officials were aware of reports of multiple vehicle fires, roadblocks, and heavy police activity throughout Tijuana, Mexicali, Rosarito, Ensenada, and Tecate. The Twitter post noted that U.S. government officials have been instructed to shelter in place until further notice. Officials had issued a travel alert last month. Guys. Whoo.
You're pumping a full-on crowd of trust fund babies who have never experienced even the barest of threat.
Yeah, so Tijuana is gonna
into that environment.
Yeah, with no public transportation. They're already there, folks. They couldn't leave if they wanted to. Tijuana's gone into a full lockdown. There's no public transportation available anywhere. Stop.
They literally burnt the buses.
Forget all the cartel shit going on. That's crazy, right? And it's causing all this. But just think about a festival being held in a small Mexican town in the middle of the summer with 0 public transportation. Just that all by itself. How does that sound for you? Like a Baja Blast, says Patrick Kennedy.
I was going to say, it sounds like an organ legger's paradise.
Oh, man. And that's the thing. We're literally talking about the part of Mexico where multiple large groups of like student protesters and various other people have just been disappeared. You might find a couple of bones in the bottom of a vat of acid a couple years later. That somebody speculates potentially might belong to those individuals.
This is like what's his name? The stew makers country. This is the environment where actually, Watcher, why don't you tell the bus story?
You know what? We're not. We don't need to tell the bus story, but just know that there is a horrific bus story that's far creepier than anything you're gonna read on an SCP file. That took place. What was that? Mid '80s, or was it in the '90s?
No, that was early 2000s.
What? Okay, so that was sooner. That was sooner ago than I thought it was.
Yeah.
That you probably don't want to look up. But I don't know. Some of you guys are some pretty sick fucks. Maybe you do. It's up to you.
Yeah. So I'm going to give a blanket recommendation. Do not look up the bus story. I feel like I've done my part as a healthcare provider.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, mental
for
health.
Your
right there.
own, yeah, for your own mental health. Seriously. If half of what is there is true, you will regret looking this up.
Yep. So I am gonna go look and see if I can find a Facebook live feed out of there. Kind of doubting it, but we'll see. Baja Beach Fest. Chat, do you have any questions while I'm looking for this? I'd love to entertain you. I reiterate my missing white chicks counter idea. Maybe they'll finally give up avocado farming. Oh boy. Sounds like $100 bottles of water to me. Well, yeah. You could make some money that way. Oh yeah. I'm not even gonna repeat that one, Stoli, but yeah. I mean, I get the reference, and yeah. All right, let me see if we've got anything live down there. Oh, I've got a 12-minute video that's just kind of a walk around what it looked like when they were setting it up, I guess. This was 2 days ago. Let me look and see if I can find anything else. There's nobody live on the ground there right now. Baja Beach Fest.
Isn't that kind of, just as an idea, isn't that kind of odd?
What do you mean?
People will TikTok themselves getting a Subway sandwich and hurt, like, that's an act
no,
of
it's
masochism.
true. It's true. I hadn't thought about that. I haven't checked TikTok.
And we're not seeing anything under any hashtags.
You can't tease the bus story and not give you the bus story. Oh, I can. I absolutely can. I am a black-hearted individual that will often laugh at shit that makes people vomit. That a story's not a good story. The story's not a good story. I'll put it that way.
Like, I'll sit up all night, literally. Like, I'll go and do like the 9.5 hours of Wendigoon on serial killers, and that shit is darker.
Yeah.
So
it is. No. Let me put it this way. That story shifts my laughter from like haha gallows humor to like haha nervous haha. No, I'm not gonna read that. No. That's not.
Yeah.
So hey,
like, I will sit here and tell you about the time in Pond Inlet where I had to deal with a guy who had tried to kill himself with a power drill.
Oof.
And I'm okay with that. The bus story is worse.
Much worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why were there police on the beach? What was going on there? It was 13 hours ago. So the chaos had already started, but the people at Rosarito Beach don't seem to care. Although, again, what are you going to do at this point, I suppose? Is there a good bus story? You know what? That is a fair point. There are bus stories I'll talk about, though, and I won't talk about this one. Make of that what you will.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason I pumped this one entirely off on Watcher.
Here we go. Just an idea of how many people may have already showed up. This is the parking lot as of 23 hours ago.
But again, Like, do we have a hashtag or anything?
I haven't looked that up. Although I will say I found it interesting that their account only had 8,000 followers. Insert the scene of Hi Brazil sinking from Eric the Viking. I actually haven't seen Eric the Viking. It's a lot of buses. And again, these guys would have all passed through like right before the cartel declared open season.
Yep. All those healthy kidneys. Yeah.
Hold on, I've got a tweet here that says, I left Baja Beach Fest about an hour ago. There was no signal. Festival goers probably don't know what's going on. There's no way anybody at the festival is staying in Rosarito. There's nowhere to stay there. Taxis aren't going into Tijuana. The festival hasn't been canceled. This is going to be chaos. That was 10 hours ago from verified account Alexis. I'm not even going to attempt that. Who is a music editor and co-founder at a Spanish looks like a music music. Oh my God.
Okay, so Gundam in Texas, we need to mobilize and get Maluka out of wherever this is. Just please save Maluka. I don't care.
Oh yeah, so let's go back to their website and talk about some of the talent, some of the young talent hanging out there, eh? Here's the 2020 lineup, everybody. Maluma, Daddy Yankee. Oh boy, they'll be up tomorrow. Although how they're going to get there, one has to wonder.
Oh, Daddy Yankee with his one hit in 2016.
Archangel? Really?
Yeah. Gasolina, baby, just
look. But
yes.
You have to admit that is definitely still a jam in these circles.
True.
Hey guys, I just realized that we've gone this long without any background music. Let me get some pumping here real quick.
Oh, are you going to put on some of everyone's favorite?
Yeah, some synthwave.
Los Picanos.
Oh no. No, we'd get struck for that.
Yeah, we get struck because they're highly litigious felons, but
there we go. Just a little copyright-free synthwave. Because synthwave creators seem to be pretty generous about that.
True.
I wonder if they say how many people are supposed to be there. Let's look at the Experience Plus. Let's look at the lineup. Weekend 1. I don't know any of these artists except for Daddy Yankee, and they very obviously put him up here for a reason.
There's a reason, yeah, he's got top billing.
Archangel did not look how I assumed he would.
True. What the fuck is
DJ Dynamo? I think he might have done a bris that I once attended.
That's how you know you're in.
I'm just saying.
Progressive Jew territory. When
you have
a DJ for your bris.
Guys, I honestly don't see how this could get any worse. It's developing now that they don't have internet there, so there's no way they could know that this happened or what's happening. Let me look further into this. 4 hours ago, this is what's going on in Tijuana, Rosarito, and Tecate. Whoever was going to Baja Beach Fest should strongly reconsider. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's let you guys see these. I can't. I don't speak Spanish, so. But there you go. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And another. Hey,
old
it's an ambulance.
Mogadishu. Yeah. Ye old Mogadishu roadblock. Oof.
Gee, that looks like a tour bus. Oh man.
Yep.
Let's dig a little further, shall we? People warning people do not travel to Tijuana or surrounding areas right now. It's extremely violent at the moment due to the cartel. For those attending Baja Beach Fest, please be safe. What? No! What? Please be... Oh, no! That's literally all she's got for him is just please be safe and know that there's no public transportation and the border's already closed.
Yeah, and there are motherfuckers riding around on technicals setting cars on fire to block transit. So, yeah, please, quote unquote, be safe.
No. Here, let's I'm gonna watch this off screen.
Like, if you got any Clay Martin kind of like motherfuckers in your back pocket, now's the time to call them and call in that favor from your baptism or whatever. Just
my question is how look, I don't know what somebody there's supposed to do now. I want to know what the connection was like what the connection situation was like there before all this, to see if maybe they're being jammed on purpose. If you don't believe that the cartel has the ability to do mass jamming, you haven't been paying attention, because they've done it before.
Well, they picked up that trick from South Africa. So our mutuals K9 and Gideon, yeah, they'll tell you all about man-portable jamming. So, yeah, your cell phone won't work, folks.
Well, and I don't even know what to advise. Like, honestly, the advice to someone in this situation is see if a local family will take you in and just fucking pay them money to keep your head down. That's what I would do.
Yeah, just pay them as much money as it takes to hide you
till Wednesday
in an attic, or basement. Till I'd say Friday even. Just, you know what? You bring me 3 tortillas a day, and change out my shitting bucket, and
oh god.
Here.
So I'm getting reports now that there are thousands of U.S. citizens down there.
Oh my god.
So Chad, I'm just here. I'll bring it up. We're just scrolling this feed that's a search for Baja Beach Fest. That's it. Let's look up the latest. See if we can get anything like fresh, because these are all a couple hours old. Feel bad for anybody. Yeah, well, the fact that Baja Beach Fest is still going on as planned is downright criminal. I mean, 7 minutes. So some people have signal. No, this was last night. You can tell because it's all dark. If nothing else, you can use cell towers for target practice. Hey, I didn't say it.
Please don't.
Yeah, mass jamming is actually not that difficult. It's illegal, and if they catch you, they'll come after you with a vengeance. But yeah, it's not a
allegedly.
It's not a technically feasible, or sorry, not a technically difficult task, if you understand what you're doing.
It is, again, surprisingly common in South Africa. And yeah, it's...
So this person is saying This person's saying there's no cell phone service there right now. So there must have been some service there last night because we're getting some of these videos and pictures out of there.
Yeah, but we're not getting anything else.
Not from recently. We are not dumb. We have social media and relatives who live there. Oh, yeah. Call them isolated incidents. Yeah, no shit. Oh, this person's sad she can't be there. I almost want to tweet at her and be like, bruh.
Bruh. That's why you have both your kidneys, your heart, and all your blood.
Isolated facts, the event that occurred yesterday. Well, before I get struck for that,
totally Amazon cell phone jammers.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick break here, an ad break, in fact, and not your usual kind of ad break, guys. So let's talk for a second. You guys often donate to good causes, right? And I'm taking a moment just to make you guys aware of a good cause. There's a friend of ours on Twitter named literally Heather, who is building a berm. She's building a berm to allow her and her friends to be able to do an annual shooting event that they've been doing for a couple years now. They used to do it on their own property, but unfortunately they had to sell the portion of the property that had the berm because times are tough. And when they went to go try and do it out on the public gun range, they called the cops on them last year. So they are trying this year to scramble to raise the couple of grand it's going to take to finish building the berm. I think they're about a third of the way there. Oh, they're almost halfway there. Wow. If you guys are fans of literally Heather's, or if you're just looking for somewhere to throw money, yeah, I think it's a good and worthy cause, and I think you ought to go donate if that's your prerogative, man. And they did use the correct website, Give Send Go, the only website you should be using for public fundraisers.
Yes. Ask me how I know.
Oh boy, we went into that in some detail not that long ago, didn't we, my friend?
Yes, we did.
All right, so let's get back into it, folks. The chat, that link is there in the chat if you guys want to go participate in building the berm. There you go. Why were the cops called? Well, okay, let's get into it. Because a literal FUD whose actual last name is F-U-D-D, that's not an exaggeration or a joke, that's actually his name, called the cops on them. You know, because he's a FUD.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to take it back down to the family farm, but they've got to finish building the berm to do so, and it ain't cheap these days to build stuff. So there you have it. By the way, you should read that campaign. She tosses in a couple of decent jokes in there that I quite like.
So I put in my $25. Have you?
I am a broke motherfucker.
I put in 25 American dollar dues.
I'll put it this way. I am a broke motherfucker that winced yesterday when I had to go buy bread because I realized that the kind of bread my kids actually like and will eat on a consistent basis doubled in price since last year.
Christ. Yeah.
I'm on a fixed income. It's great. Insert. I'm in danger.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. It's like, you're going to be the kind of motherfucker who's, like, sharpening a screwdriver.
Yup.
Gonna, like, show up my door and be like, hey, neighbor. I'll be like, hey, how it is? And you'll be like,
no.
You're going to give me your bread.
We've got the storage. This is just more of a, oh boy, if this keeps up really long term, like into the several years kind of long term, things could get hairy. We've got I'll put it this way, we aren't going hungry anytime in the near future.
Well, in the near future.
Correct, but you never know how long communist pogroms are going to last.
Oh yeah, that's
So I just want to
An
remind
issue.
everybody: Tijuana, Rosarito Beach.
Yeah. For those of us under the age of 39, this was an area once referred to as La Zona Rosa, where the good brothels were.
Yeah, this was
So
this was the
TJ was for the Marine Corps,
the undiscerning gentleman.
the enlisted gentleman, if you will, and La Zona Rosa was for the officer who wanted to have a proper mistress.
There you go.
Yes.
Also was known for being more heavily cartel controlled at the time as well.
Well, yes. 'Cause-
Beautiful beaches, though. Beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
And not much else. In an incredibly hot location, I might add.
The fact that it is as, shall we say, lively as it is speaks to the officer's class.
There you go. All right, guys. I
Yeah.
I am going to release this poor guy who's just worked a 12-hour shift and is now coming into here. My children are also now doing the lazy. We didn't eat much breakfast, but now we're going to demand a large lunch thing. So I'm going to go take care of that. There's going to be a lot more streaming going on today, so keep your eyes out. We're, if nothing else, obviously, we're going to do episode 101 of Council on Future Conflicts over on that channel today, and we're going to be doing a giveaway during that, guys, so make sure you're there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry I'm not in better shape, but again, I'm done a 12.
No,
I'm going to be doing a 12 in
brother,
like 7.5 hours.
I'm just happy we got to hang out. I get to hang out with you so little now that you're working this new West Coast Wonder job. But hey, we appreciate you. You go get some sleep, enjoy your beers, and we'll see you soon.